Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura and today we are doing another pick a card reading, and this time we are asking who is thinking about you, who has you on their mind. Before we dive into this reading, I want to make you aware of an offer that I have up on my website. I am offering the 2023 Tarot and Mediumship reading for a limited time. You can only order it for the rest of December and January, and then it's gone forever and you can't get it. So go ahead over to my website, spiritpsychic.org, to get one for yourself. In this reading, I will use tarot and mediumship to understand what you went through in the year 2022 and what you need to know about the year 2023. What will you experience? What will your overall spiritual lessons be? And also channel in some messages from your spirit guides. Now, I have this so that it will be at least 30 minutes, but if I'm being honest, when I give video readings, usually I am fueled up on caffeine and go way longer than I'm supposed to. So you are getting a reading with me, and we don't have to schedule it. You simply just send me your information and I will do a video reading for you, just like here on YouTube. You'll see me though, and I will do your reading and I will send you a link to the video when it's done, and it will be done within 7 days. So this is a really big offering to get a long video reading from me one-on-one for only $100, and it will be completed and sent within 7 days. And this will do a full dive into your year ahead. I create a sacred space beforehand. I invite your spirit guides in. We get tons of information about what the year has in store, and it's just such a wonderful, wonderful thing to get yourself or a loved one to prepare you for this new year and really go into it feeling inspired and confident and uplifted. So I'm really excited to offer this to you. This is a reading I do for myself every single year, and I thought, why not offer this to my subscribers and to the people who follow my work? I love doing readings for other people, so go ahead and get yourself one. It's literally only $100. So yeah, that's on my website, spiritpsychic.org. Go into sessions and it will be at the bottom. Okay. Anyways, let's dive back into this pick a card reading. We have 3 groups in front of you. Ask yourself, ask the universe, ask your spirit guides, who is thinking about me that I need to know of? We have group number 1 with the polar bear, group number 2 with the cardinal, and group number 3 with the bunny. Select whichever one of these groups you feel most drawn to. You might feel drawn to more than one. That's perfectly fine. And once you've selected your group, you can watch through or skip ahead using the timestamps. Okay, group number 1, welcome. So I already have all the cards drawn out for you. What I want you to do is simply pay attention to your intuition, and if anyone that you know pops into your mind while we're doing this reading, and it really sounds like them, it really resonates with that person, trust that intuition and trust that, yeah, this is a sign that they are thinking about you. Okay? So, and if this doesn't resonate with anyone that you know, that can actually mean that you don't know this person or they're not in your radar, which definitely does happen sometimes. Like, we might think someone is just an acquaintance, like, just some random person we met one time, and they might low-key be obsessed with us, you know what I mean? So let's find out who this person is. All right. We have friend, whether mutual or close. So this is someone you know. This is a friend, and you knew them in the past but weren't close. Okay. So this is definitely a friend that you have known for a while, okay? And I feel like in the past, obviously, it says that you weren't very close. Like, so this wasn't like a best friend. Interesting. Okay, but there's definitely like a connection, like a friendship in the same friend group type of energy going on here. We also have some traits. Now, not all of these will resonate, possibly, but if they really do resonate with someone in particular, take that as a sign. We have urban or trendy style. We have straight hair. Works with hands or body. So that could be like a job, a physical job essentially, and like a hairstylist or a car mechanic or an electrician, I don't know. Creative. This is a creative person. Loud, they probably have a loud voice when they talk. Fashionable or aesthetic, they take care of their looks, they dress fashionable, or at least they try to. Younger than you, or if they're not younger than you, they might have like a more youthful energy, or maybe even be more immature, I don't know. And then we have shy. And yes, it is possible to be loud and shy at the same time, okay? Like their voice might be physically loud, but they might be like a shy person, or they're not wanting to come forward in some way. So take what resonates, leave anything that doesn't. The animal that is representing this person is the vulture in reversed. Look at that. I'll be honest with you, the energy I'm getting from this is like an old friend, and perhaps this could be like an old friend group, an old friend who you left that friend group, or you left that friend because of the drama, or like they were toxic, or something of that nature. And or maybe it wasn't even that. Maybe you just left because, you were moving on with your life. Maybe you were, I don't know, doing literally whatever, going to college, starting a family. I don't know. Whatever your life looks like, it's almost like you moved on from this friend, but this is someone who might be keeping tabs on you for the drama, for the tea, to like figure out what you're still doing. You know what I mean? Because vultures, they have a sharp eye, and they look for like dead things. They keep going back to the past. They won't let go of the past. That's kind of the energy here. Like, vultures have a lot of death energy about them. And what that means in tarot and in readings like this is transformation, letting go of the past and moving on. But this came out in reversed, which is showing me this person is not over the past. They're not over you. They're not, like, they keep checking in on you is what I'm seeing. But we're actually going to see why they're thinking about you right now. So let's get some more cards. These are their energy towards you. All right. It could be good. It could be bad. It could be ugly. We don't know. Let's find out. Okay. We have Door to Spirit. I wonder if some of you guys have like I'm just getting very inspirational vibes. Them like Law of Attraction YouTubers and bloggers, and they just always have such a positive spirit. I'm kind of getting that similar energy from you. Maybe you post on social media and it's very uplifting, very positive, or maybe you just even take really good pictures, or give really good advice. Maybe in your career, you give advice, like maybe you have an Instagram page or something, where you like to just uplift people, or maybe you have a blog, or even if you have nothing like that, I feel like you're just a very spirited person. We have Victory, Accomplishments, and wow, these are actually pretty good cards. And First Chakra, Archangel Michael. Okay, so I'm definitely seeing that this person is checking in on your accomplishments. They're checking in on your career success, on your life success, on your progression. Interesting. That's really interesting. And it's really strange though, because I feel like the reason why they were checking up on you was originally because they were not kind of doing it from a good place. Like maybe they just wanted to like see how your life would turn out. But like, I don't know. I wonder if this person had a grudge for you and they let go of that grudge, and now they're just happy viewing your success and viewing where you are in life, and how you're growing, how you're evolving, because that does happen. Like when we have resentment towards people, especially like old friends who didn't work out, and we think to ourselves like, oh, they were so toxic, they were this, they were that, they were dramatic, whatever. I mean, over years you kind of let go of that, and obviously over years, it's released, especially so because it's like, I knew them years ago. They're probably not even the same person anymore. I don't know who they are anymore, So I feel like they were checking in on you routinely because they had that resentment, and because they were feeling bad, because they were feeling negative or whatever. But now they're still in the habit of checking up on you so often and thinking about you so often, but they're more uplifted by your stuff, and they actually just enjoy seeing where you're at in life. Does that make sense? It's like ever since this friendship ended, they've been checking up on you routinely, like tuning into you routinely, in whatever means they can. Originally out of spite, but now like just out of feeling proud for you and enjoying looking at how your life develops. Yeah, we have the Eight of Swords upright, which does show being stuck in the past originally, because that's the first card out. Unable to move on. Then we have the Empress. Guys, I just feel that you are glowing with success here. Like you are really in tune to like spirituality, self-care, development. There's some type of like glowing energy around you. And on the outside, people really view you as someone who's put together. You have your life together, even if it's not the case at all. You're perceived as somebody who, put in some hard work, and you're just radiant and you have your life together, and you're viewed as this empress here, as this abundant person who's really good at manifesting what you want in life while still remaining humble, still remaining likable and charismatic and charming. Like, it's really positive energy you give off. And then we have the Hierophant. Okay, I want to point something out here, because we have the Hierophant, we have Door to Spirit. Are you guys like in some type of spiritual self-help or like psychology type of field? Or like, are you into like philosophy or some type of writing? Or like, I'm just getting the vibe. Like, I feel like there's a fair amount of people here watching that either like have a social media account that is designed to uplift and inform people about the more spiritual side in life, kind of like, you know, what we're doing here, but, you know, it could be in your own niche. Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe you're into like herbalism or something and you teach that to people, or maybe you're into law of attraction and you share that with people, or astrology. Like, I'm getting some type of like spiritual teacher energy from you. And maybe it's just that you're a positive person and you infuse that positivity into your captions and social media and stuff. I don't know. Like, I just really feel like you are respected either in your career or on the internet. I'm just getting this kind of spiritual leader energy from you. Like, I feel like some of you guys might have even like written some type of self-help book or something like that. Like, you're advancing in your career, I feel. And you're just like being this radiant beam to everyone around you. Even if it's not career related, even if like just for funsies, you like to do like tarot readings, for example, and you share that online. This person is checking into that, you know what I mean? So I feel like many of you watching are in like a very similar field as I am here. We have the Five of Wands in reversed. Yeah, with these two cards, there was definitely some drama that you shared with this person in the past. Yeah, definitely. We have the, Five of Swords reversed. These are both really big clarifications that this is someone you are no longer friends with, but you were once friends with. And maybe you weren't like the best of friends, but you were friends. So, oh my gosh. So I'm a medium, right? And sometimes spirit communicates to me through my own memories. Like, they'll pop a memory or a person up in my mind. And they're popping up this one person in my mind who used to be in an old friend group of mine. And, you know, there was like one person I was really close with in this friend group, and then another one I was pretty close with. And then there was like this third person who, you know, technically speaking, I guess you could say we were close, but, you know, we weren't like besties. Like, you know, we never would hang out one-on-one that often, but we still knew each other very well. You get what I'm saying? Like, they were in a friend group, I feel. You weren't like super duper best friends, like hanging out one-on-one all the time, but you were pretty close nonetheless. And that is, if someone's popping up here, that's the person that is thinking about you and checking you out on social media. I keep seeing like checking you out on social media, like being a fan of your career or of what you're doing, and like just checking in and looking at how victorious and glowing and how much you've grown, you know what I mean? And originally they were checking in on you because they're a gossipy person, or they were, and you know, they wanted to like, they were kind of like looking at you to, one, out of curiosity, yeah, to see how your life is, but also two, like, I feel like they did kind of talk crap at one point in time, but now like they're way beyond that, and they're just, you know, they just like to like keep in touch with you, even if they're not talking to you. Like, they just like to keep up with you rather, and what you're doing. And then the Three of Pentacles, yes, this is very big platonic energy, so I really do feel like this is just a friendship situation, nothing more here. Someone you were really close with. For some of you guys, you might have even worked with them at one point. That might be a message. Also, I'm noticing 555, so I wonder if that's a number that is significant here, like May 5th, or maybe they were born on the 5th day of the month, or maybe they were born in May. Interesting. Maybe they're a Leo, which is the 5th sign of the zodiac. And also, I just got the message, some of you guys, this might resonate for like 2 people in your life. And if you're like thinking of 2 people, like which one is it? It's both. Okay. It's both. All right, whoever's popping up right here. Also, we see 2 people here too. So that's really interesting. But, oh yeah, we also have 3 as well. So any combination of 3 and 5, maybe they're 35, maybe they're 53, maybe they're born in March, maybe they're born on the 3rd. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of different signs here that you can take with you. But yeah, I mean, simple reading. They actually think you're really cool and get a lot of positivity from you. I actually feel like they get value from kind of checking in on where you're at in life, you know, with the Hierophant, with the Empress, like you're in your like almost teacher like energy, spreading your wisdom, your positivity, your beam of light to others. I feel like many of you who selected group number 1 might be some type of spiritual worker, healer, author, or just like in like a teaching healing field. Oh, also with the Hierophant, maybe it's more of a traditional field. Like maybe some of you are like lawyers and you post really good stuff on Instagram. Like, I don't know. I keep going back to like social media, guys. So really, really interesting. But this is definitely an admirer who was once a hater, but now, you know, they got over all that weird resentment and yeah. So I feel like if I keep going, I'm just going to keep repeating the same stuff. That's your reading. Thank you guys for joining me. Comment who this is to you down below. I'd love to hear. And, you know, how do you feel about this? You know, hearing that they're still thinking about you a lot, still checking in on you a lot. Okay. Thank you guys. Bye. Okay, group number 2. Welcome. We have a little spread here that's going to show us who is thinking about you, why they're thinking about you. And what I want to tell you right now before we begin is as we are talking and going over the traits, pay attention to whoever's really popping up in your mind a lot and if this really resonates with anyone. If this doesn't resonate with anyone particular in your life, it could be someone you don't really know that well. Because keep in mind, sometimes, you know, we view someone as, you know, just an acquaintance, whatever, and they might think that we're like the bomb.com and might low-key be obsessed with us. You never know. So really pay attention to who's popping into your mind though, because that is a pretty big sign that it is that person, okay? That's how simple and easy it is to listen to your intuition, okay? So these first 2 things right here are going to tell us what your relationship is with this person. We have, you do not like this person. Interesting. And also, like, right off the bat, I do want to say, it's not that you dislike this person, okay? I really want to make a clarification here. It's not that you dislike this person. It's that you don't particularly like that. Like, you're like, I'm getting like an indifference to, yeah, they might be a little annoying or like misunderstood. Okay, you know what I'm specifically seeing? When I first met my current boyfriend, I thought he was kind of ugly. And I didn't really like him that much because he struck me as immature at the time. But we ended up being friends for like over a year before I started to really like him. And, you know, yeah, one thing led to another. But the reason why Spirit is like bringing him to mind is because like, it's not that I disliked him. It's just I was like, you know, typical guy, you know, whatever. So, oh, we have a crush. I'm getting mixed feelings about this because I feel like for the most of you, this person has a crush on you or you have a crush on them. But I'm really feeling like there will be a crush involved here in the future. Like it'll come to the light in the future if it hasn't already. But someone's definitely crushing here. Okay, and here's some traits. Some of them might resonate, some of them might not. Pay attention to your intuition. Narcissist or toxic? Maybe this is how you perceive them right now. We have loud. Really not painting a good picture, huh? We have same height as you or shorter. Wow, this is crazy because I swear, like, these are all the energies I thought my current boyfriend was years and years and years ago when I first met him, which is so funny. Scar. He also has a scar. Entertainer and beauty. So this can be like they're in the entertainment field or the beauty field, or they just are a very entertaining, life of the party person to be around, or they're really into beauty, you know, like skincare, makeup, or, you know, even just like taking care of hair and appearing nice. Or they're like an entertainer of some sort. Like they could be into music, they could be into acting, or maybe even just at parties. They love telling stories and, you know, they're not afraid to be the center of attention here, or, you know, they just have jokes or something. I don't know. Blue or green eyes. I kid you not, this sounds exactly I'm getting the same exact vibes as when I first met. Wow. Younger than you, or they can have a more youthful exuberance than you. Like maybe you come across as an old soul and this person's just like a bubbly little baby. Not that smart. Wow. Okay. You know what energy I'm kind of getting here? This is like one of, you know, like every friend group seems to have a guy that is just silly. Like they're just silly and like kind of dumb, but like everyone loves them, you know? That is the energy I am getting from this person. And maybe if you know someone like that, you have someone in your group, in your rotation like that, maybe they're crushing on you a little bit, or maybe you might find that you're crushing on them a little bit. And I do want to clarify that you can definitely crush on people and not like them, okay? Just take a look at all of my exes. Dated all of them, didn't like any of them. Interesting. So if any of those resonated, maybe that'll give you some insight into who this person is. And if it didn't resonate, you know, don't force it to apply. You know, this could still be your reading. They're being represented by the black egg in reverse. I'm really seeing that this person is changing and maturing and growing, and the silly, dumb, maybe loud, maybe ignorant person you knew them as, if you've known them for a while, is not who they really are on the inside. And if this is someone new to you, they might come across as really silly, really loud. They might even like ignorant in the sense of like, maybe they say some offensive jokes here and there, not like offensive to the point where like you just should completely cut them off, but like, you know what I mean? Like maybe you thought of them as just like, ugh, but this is someone who's an acquired taste, and they have a lot more depth beneath the surface that they are providing. And I feel like they project themselves as this silly, fun, dumb person because they actually do have a lot of depth under the surface. You know, they actually do have a lot of experience and heartbreak and trauma and deep thoughts. So it's really interesting. I almost feel like you judge this person, and the universe is saying, well, hey, maybe we shouldn't do that. Like there's a lot more to this person than meets the eye. That's really interesting. So we're going to read into the energy here that they have towards you. Why are they thinking about you? Angel of love. Yep, I knew this was a romantic thing for sure. They love you. They have a big old heckin' crush on you. Yeah, point blank simple. They think you're great. And I feel like for many of you, you're definitely picking up on this from them. It's pretty loud that they have a crush on you, or maybe they literally even told you. We have the fourth chakra in reversed, Archangel Raphael. This is definitely someone you're not currently with, though. So this is a crush situation for sure. Interesting. I wonder if you're with someone else, or if... I don't think this person's with anyone else. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like you guys are together, though. And we have door to personal healing and happiness in reverse. This person really, really likes you, and they can see you as someone that they really want to be with. Like they feel like if they were with you, they'd be so happy. You'd have so many fun times, so many fun memories. Like this person doesn't have a crush on you in the sense of like they just want to like get with you and that's that. Like they want a relationship with you. Like they're like feeling like a high school boy or girl who's just falling in love for the first time. You know what I mean? They really like you. So the tarot over here is going to paint us a story. So let's read into it. Three of Wands in reversed. The Star in reversed. Wow. These cards in particular really represent wanting something but feeling like you can't have it, feeling like it's not going to work out. This person thinks about you a lot because they have a crush on you. And here she is naked, by the way. So, I mean, that might be an element here as well. They want to see you naked or whatever. This is a romantic crush, so I understand. But this is definitely something they don't have right now that they really, really want. The Three of Wands is a card about manifestation and seeing what you want come to fruition. And they're really wanting this. 10 of Wands in reverse. Do you even see me? Do they even notice me? They think that you're just not oblivious to them, but they feel that you would never look their way in that type of sense. Death reversed. Getting a lot of Scorpio energy from them. They might be a Scorpio. Also, with the Entertainer, they might have some Leo placements or a lot of 5th house energy. They just really can't shake this. They can't let you go. They can't let go of this crush that they have on you. The 5 of Cups. Yeah, it's wow. And the 5 of Pentacles. Wow. They really are suffering. They're stressed out over this. I wonder if this is a type of limerence, or did you actually reject this person? Ooh. Maybe some of you guys actually, tested the waters out. Maybe you've been on a date or two. I don't know. And you decided it wasn't for you. I'm just getting the sense that they feel like you're rejecting them, or you would reject them if they reach out. And for some of you, they didn't even reach out in a substantial way because they just assume that you're going to reject them. And they're avoiding that heartbreak. I almost feel like they're avoiding putting their feelings out there because they fear that rejection. And yet at the same time, they have so many feelings here. It's like a burden to them. It's stressing them out. They get all antsy and nervous around you. Oh my gosh. Comment down below, who is this person for you? Who is this person? And I want to look at this 5 of Cups here. If you see it, it's these 2 cups back here kind of represent their idea of what it would be like to be with you, in a house, in your own little space, having fun together, enjoying each other's company. But they're just so focused on not having that. They're so focused on what they don't have right now. Wow. 5 of Pentacles reversed is a card of feeling like you're left out in the cold, feeling unwanted, ooh, I got a vision of a homeless person who feels invisible. People just walk by them on the streets and don't even look them in the eye. That's the energy I got from them. They don't even think that you look at them at all in that way whatsoever. You would never want them. And now I'm not saying that that's the case. Some of you guys might have a really deep crush on this person as well. And I'm just letting you know, they really, really genuinely think that you just don't like them, because it would be too good to be true if that was the case. So if you know who this person is and you really do like them, I think you should really let them know and be direct about it. You will make their life, okay? Because they are just so in their head about this, and they feel so weird. They feel awkward about it. They really have some serious feelings here. And I feel like they almost first and foremost, they do want to pursue something with you. But if that can't happen, they really do want to move on from this feeling, this crush, and just not engage in it. Because it's almost like they like you so much it hurts in a way, Whew. Interesting. Yeah. This might be somebody you put in a friend zone, or they feel like they're in the friend zone even if they're not. Interesting. Thank you guys for joining me. Ooh, I just got another message. Some of you guys were friends. Yeah, you were friends, and then you tried to turn it into something more. And maybe they did something or didn't do something, and then you rejected them. You were no, this isn't gonna work out, and you moved on. But they still have this huge crush on you. It's kind of a complicated situation, I'm feeling. It's really hard to put this into words. But it's you're friends, but there's like a palpable attraction that this person has towards you. And I feel like you almost can acknowledge it. You can almost feel it, right? But for whatever reason, you're rejecting this person, or they feel like you're rejecting them, okay? So if you know, you know. If you don't, maybe this wasn't your reading. Go ahead and check out the other piles, or maybe there's just not a message here for you today. As always, take what resonates from these readings, leave anything that doesn't. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you for the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 3. Who has their eye on you right now? Let's find out who's thinking about you. Whose mind are you on? Before we start this reading, I just want to say that whoever is coming to your mind when we talk about this and when we read into the cards, that can be a pretty clear indication that it's them. See, when we do tarot like this, we're only tapping into your own intuition. These cards are just tools for you to listen to your own intuition. So take what resonates and leave anything that doesn't. Whoever's popping up into your mind, that is who is who is thinking about you. I keep wanting to say that's who's on your mind, but the opposite. That's whose mind you are on. Okay. So they are being represented by the bats in reversed. Okay, right off the bat, I want to say that this person might have like a darker aesthetic, meaning more like grungy, punky, gothy, or even like just like a posh, mysterious aura about them. Does that make sense? I'm also seeing someone who dresses in like neutral colors. So think like the Kardashians and their obsession with like beiges and tans and stuff like that. Only like their aura and presence itself is giving me very neutral, very mysterious. I'm not going to give away too much information about myself unless you ask me. You know, this person is kind of more comfortable being like a fly on the wall at times. We also have a full moon here as well. This person might be a night person. They might stay up very late into the night thinking about you, or whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of mystery, nighttime energy within them. Also, I don't know why I keep feeling drawn to say they wear neutral colors a lot. I think neutral colors are the best colors personally, so I don't blame them. Anyways, their energy that they're carrying towards you, yin and yang reversed. And I know when this is in reversed, it means one of the two, so I'm going to have to look that up. We have all tied up. All right, I don't know why my mind immediately went to certain kinks, but all right, it's not that type of reading, spirit. We have Angel of Strength in reversed. Ooh, this person is not comfortable being the center of attention. They don't like sharing their feelings very readily to people. That just makes them a bit uncomfortable. I'm seeing that this person is very creative. Also, this card is yang. So this is masculine energy. This could be a man. This could be somebody who's in their masculine energy, just in a cycle in their life where they are doing and being as opposed to taking energy in and resting and reflecting. This is someone who has an idea for like a business or how they want their life to look like. However, they almost lack the initiative and the confidence in themselves to get these ideas off the ground. And I'm almost viewing that they look at you as a source of inspiration. They look at you as a source of guidance. You know, I don't know if you are successful at something that they are trying to do themselves personally, or maybe you're very knowledgeable on certain subjects and areas which they want to be more knowledgeable in. I just view them as looking at you as an inspiration, looking at you as a guiding light. Maybe it's just your general aura and attitude and happy-go-lucky nature. Maybe it is the way that you just charm people and enter a room and are just very magnetic. Even if you aren't particularly talkative, even if you aren't particularly the center of attention, you know, you have other people's attention, group number 3. And you just walk in life with ease. You know, there's this calming, comfortable nature that you carry with you. And it took you a long time to cultivate this, I can tell. It took you a while to cultivate this ease at which you move about life. And you totally underestimate how much other people really pick up on that ease and that grace which you go and live life with. And this person is viewing that as such an inspiration, and they want to get on your level. So they are almost putting you a bit on a pedestal or looking up to you as a mentor or a role model. Interesting. Ooh, okay. So this is a cute message. For some of you guys watching, and this isn't necessarily the primary person we might be talking about, this might just be one of the people who are on your mind. This is like a kid or someone younger than you, or maybe someone who's like new to a job or class or some type of situation that you're in, and they view you as a role model. They look up to you. They think about you a lot. So that's just a cute little message. Like, this is someone who really wants to be more like you. And if this is a grown adult, they still carry that same energy, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? But that is not going to be like the only person we're talking about here, if that resonates with you. We have hometown, someone from your hometown, or maybe you live in the same town. We have thin, they could be pretty thin, and urban or trendy style. This might be the way that they dress. We did pick up on like a Kardashian-esque addiction to neutrals. So think like, I don't know, like urban posh. Does that make sense? I don't know. We have school and learning. Yeah, we just said that this person looks up to you as like a role model, like they're learning from you. We have acquaintance. I don't think you're super duper close with this person. In fact, I'm kind of getting the vibe that this person really wants to be closer with you, but they're kind of scared. They don't know how to initiate that. We have, they just like checking in because you're cool. Yeah. Wow. The energy I'm picking up from this person is so cute. They're just like, they're group number 3 is just everything I want to be. They're so cute. Like, I want to be friends. This is someone who wants to be your friend, but they're kind of like awkward and don't know how to go about doing that. A little creepy. Just a touch. Okay. And I don't think this is a bad way, guys. Don't get scared. I'm not seeing that this is like stalker energy. I feel like this is Spirit's way of communicating that they definitely have looked at your social media accounts and stuff like that. But I mean, I don't think it's like creepy. It's just this person looks up to you and they want to know more about you. Okay. Let's not take it out of hand here. Okay. Well, for some of you, actually, like a select few of you, I feel that you're already kind of feeling like this is someone in your life, but they are giving you creepy energy. Okay, so Spirit just clarified for me, like for like a few of you watching. This is a hard reading to do, kind of, because I feel like almost everyone watching this reading's talking about multiple people in your life. So if there is just so happen to be like an acquaintance that you see around, and you just catch a psychic vibe that they are really interested in you, or you like catch them looking at you, or you just have a feeling that they're like low-key kind of obsessed with you. Yeah, that's who we're talking about. That is who we're talking about. But I also want to clarify that there are, for many of you, like younger people, like maybe it's a young sibling or a young niece or nephew, or if you're like a teacher, this could be like a student who just admires you as a person. And of course, you know, sometimes when we have teachers in life, we want to like find all their social media accounts and all that and whatever. There's no point of me saying that. This is just somebody who looks up to you. You have a lot of role models, okay, which should be flattering to you. And I think that's why it's coming into this reading, because, you know, you really worked hard to get to where you're at, and you definitely have lots of people noticing that. And also, I think the majority of the people watching here, this is talking about some, like an acquaintance of yours that you might see around in parties or school or work or whatever, and like you really kind of resonate with them, but you kind of get the sense that they put you a bit on a pedestal and they really, really want to be your friend. But it's not like you don't like them. It's not like you wouldn't be their friend. It's just, you know, this is the energy you pick up from them, okay? So that is that. Let's get into the tarot now and see what they're thinking about. Oh my god, I can't pick up the cards today. We have the moon in reversed. So the moon's coming out twice now. On the back card, we have a full moon. Here we have the full moon in reversed. This person prefers to hide in the shadows. I don't think they're going to come forward to you at all about, you know, how much they admire you, or even just saying like, hey, like, let's be friends. Like, oh, I just got the message. Some of you might see this person around town. Like maybe you go to the same gym and you always run into each other, or the same grocery store, or the library. I don't know. And there's just something about them that energetically, you feel a strong energy pull from them, not towards them, but from them. Like you can feel them paying a lot of attention to you. Does that make sense? When you're psychic, when you're in tune with your psychic and spiritual abilities, you can really feel when other people are like kind of obsessed with you, or when other people really admire you or want to be your friend. Like you can feel that even if this person like never talks to you. And so that's kind of the energy I'm getting. They're not somebody who's going to come forward and be like, hey, like I checked you out on like all your social media and I want to be your friend and I just think you're so cool. Because there is this element of like insecurity about them. There is this element of not understanding that as humans, we're all pretty equal. Like, you know, take a look at all of the celebrities, all of the very successful people in the world. You know, they were no different from us at one point. You know, we all started out our journeys as babies. And yes, some people have more or less privileges than others. But honestly, everyone in this life as an adult human has the ability to sculpt your own reality. And that may be easier or more difficult for some people. Well, I mean, it really depends. I feel like everybody's gifted at sculpting certain aspects of reality, no matter what your status or privilege is. But yeah, the essence is, you know, we're all equally powerful here when it comes to being a co-creator with reality and having a connection to spirit. Like nobody's better or worse than the other. And I don't think this person realizes that. They are putting you on a pedestal. And I feel like this is the type of person who kind of idealizes certain celebrities. As we mentioned again, like the Kardashians came up in the beginning. They might idolize certain celebrities or put other people on a pedestal. And that's just a part of their personality, I guess. Whereas other people, no matter how poor or unsuccessful they might be, they view everyone as equals. And, you know, they don't put celebrities on a pedestal. They don't put better looking or richer people on a pedestal because those types of people understand that, you know, we're all, nobody's better or worse than the other. Even though someone might be super successful in one area, they might really struggle in another. So this is not that type of person though. I'm just giving you an example of who you are. You're the type of person who's not putting anyone below or ahead of you. But this person kind of does do that. Moving on. We have the Tower. Okay. I need to take a sip of coffee for this one. All right. I don't want to use the word obsession because I don't want to scare you. I don't think this is someone who's like stalking you. I don't think this is someone who's... Okay, I know the word to use. It's called limerence. And this is something that happens to everyone. Everyone experiences limerence. And a really great example of limerence is like when you're, like, let's just say you're a teenager and you're like obsessed with someone, you're obsessed with your crush, you can't stop thinking about them even though you're not together, and you're just nonstop thinking about them, wanting them to be like the love of your life, and it's just really intense feelings. That is limerence, okay? And some people are more prone to experiencing limerence, specifically people who have been emotionally neglected as a child. And limerence happens a lot. Okay. A good example of where limerence happens a lot is anyone who's in a twin flame situation. You're just experiencing limerence. And I feel that this person is experiencing that towards you. And it doesn't even have to be romantic. In fact, I'm seeing this more on a platonic level. Like, this is more on a, like, I want to be that person type of level. But it's interesting. I definitely feel that this is like the first reading that I've done like this where they have such strong thoughts and feelings and opinions and emotions towards you. But I really do feel like you barely know who this person is. Like, they're an acquaintance. But if you are in touch with your psychic abilities, which everyone has, you might know who I'm talking about. Like, you have an inclination of who this person is. I want to pull the rest of the cards. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is really confirming that platonic level. You might see them a lot in like a friend group or like going out to certain places. or they're just like in the same environments as you. I really do see that. The devil coming out again with addiction, Tower, limerence, the moon, King of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. Okay, this person has an addictive personality. For sure. Definitely seeing that. They have an addictive personality. They kind of form obsessions easily. Another example I can give of this type of energy is like, again, going back to like teenage. I think using teenage years as an example is the best because I feel like that's when we're the least in control of our emotions and that's when they're the most visible, right? You know how some teenagers like become obsessed with certain like bands or boy groups or whatever, and like they're just completely obsessed. That's the type of personality that can lead one into experiencing this high level of limerence or feelings for someone else, whether it's friendship or romantic. You know, that type of personality is the same type of personality that, you know, dreams of this fairy tale romance, and they become really involved and possibly codependent with their partners. But again, I want to clarify, I am not seeing romance here. There could be a romantic element, but it's definitely not the main element here. This is someone who really idealizes you. And you know what? Maybe some of you, this is someone you are a bit closer with than I'm kind of giving off. Like, maybe you do talk to them frequently. Maybe you even text them, you know, maybe you see them occasionally one-on-one. But in your mind, this is just like a casual friendship connection thing. Not really a huge deal for you. Definitely not like your best friend. Definitely not like someone super duper close to you. But in their mind, you're a lot closer. So that unfortunately happens sometimes. And I'm again wanting to say like, this person isn't bad. This person isn't, you know, it's not something I'd be overly worried about unless your intuition is telling you to be worried about it. It just happens sometimes, you know, especially I feel like you have a much fuller, balanced life than them, whereas they might lack certain relationships. They definitely lack self-esteem, and they might feel a little lost in life. And I feel like when there's so much a lack that one is experiencing in life, it can become a lot easier to put all of their happiness onto one person, which is not healthy, right? It's really important that we have a nice, balanced life. You know, we have a variety of friendships and hobbies and things that fulfill us. So we don't put so much pressure and intense energy onto one person. And this person that we're talking about has a tendency to put a lot of pressure and intensity onto one person, and they're experiencing this limerence here. But they're looking up to you like kind of as this King of Swords. And I don't care if you're a man or woman or what, you're giving off King of Swords energy, which is very driven and focused and confident. And I don't know why I want to say like they view you as someone who's very articulate, very put together. And they really admire these things about you. Like, this is someone who views you as a role model. Also, I do want to clarify again, like, if this resonated as someone being like a child, or like maybe like a niece or nephew or son or daughter or student, this is completely healthy, normal stuff, okay? Like, I feel like if we're talking about a child here or like someone who's younger, like, yeah, this is just a regular schmegular, this person looks up to you as a role model type of situation. However, if this is a grown adult, yeah, they might put you a bit too much on a pedestal. But I mean, that isn't totally unusual to see that type of energy, you know? Like, for example, if you're the boss here, actually I can see that for many of you. Maybe you're like a manager, maybe you're like in some type of authority position, you know, this person looks up to you a lot. Like, they might be a butt kisser, to say safely on the YouTube algorithm. Which, I mean, every work has someone who's like that, I feel. Like, every job has someone who kisses up to the boss and, like, idealizes them. So, not totally unusual, not necessarily unhealthy. I mean, maybe it's unhealthy for them, but it's totally fine for you. I just want to clarify that you are safe. Group number 3, you are safe. There's nothing to worry about here. I mean, that's also why it's really important for this is going kind of sidetracking, but it's really important that if you're in a position of authority over someone, or you have a lot more power or privilege, it's really important that you don't overly involve yourself in them. So for example, like, there's a reason why if you're somebody's manager or boss, you should not be sleeping with the people who you are employing, because that is a totally unfair psychological imbalance. And the same thing can be said in any relationship, really, you know, like extreme age gap relationships where there's lots of other gaps, like wealth gaps, and, you know, this person has some type of authority over the other. Like, that is like psychologically very tricky territory to navigate. Not saying I'm against age gap relationships, I'm actually in one myself, but, you know, I just feel like you have a lot more power than whoever this person is in some way, and they're kind of idealizing you, obsessing you. So I would say, if you like this person, if you are talking to them, if they're your friend, tread very carefully, okay? Ooh, an example that's coming up. This is an example somebody in my life is going through right now. And for those of you who don't know, I am a medium, and sometimes spirit uses my own memories as kind of a way to communicate energies. So this person started kind of like, they went on a first date with someone and they hit it off a lot. Like, they were talking really great. Like, they had wonderful conversations. However, they caught the vibe, like exactly this vibe, where the person they were dealing with, they didn't really have many people in their lives, and they wanted to like have this trailblazing, fast forward romance with them. Whereas the person, you know, my friend, they weren't really moving at that same pace, you know what I'm saying? But they really enjoyed their company, and they really enjoyed talking to them. So what they did was they talked to them and said, hey, I really love these conversations we're having, but maybe we should just be friends. And so the example that I'm seeing here is actually a piece of advice Spirit gave to that friend, which is, do not sleep with them, okay? Do not sleep with them, because they will become obsessed. They will, like, that is taking it a step too far, and they will, yeah, I mean, like, you can enjoy the friendship for what it is, but with a lot of healthy boundaries. Don't spend all your time with them. Don't sleep with them, because that will trigger this, like, limerent obsession within the other person. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you know that somebody is psychologically in a place where they can easily give you way more authority and power than you deserve, just to be honest, like, if you feel that this person is in a psychologically precarious place where they're putting you on a pedestal, where, you know, they can easily become obsessed, that is not a time where you use this person. That is not a time where you sleep with this person. That is not a time where you engage in a deeper relationship. You can keep the friendship. You can keep the acquaintanceship. You can keep the good vibes between you. You can have your conversations. But it's really important that you, as the person who's being put on that pedestal, does not enable this behavior. And I feel like there are evil people in this world who take advantage of folks who are in a psychologically precarious place in life. You know, there are people who actively seek out damaged men and women, or men and women who are poor or a lot younger or a lot more vulnerable, to manipulate them to get what they want out of them. And you're in a position where you could do that, but you're not going to. Okay? And it's not that you don't even like this person. It's just, you know, you recognize that they are in a vulnerable situation. You recognize that if you wanted to, you can get anything you want out of this person, but you're a nice person and you're not going to do that. You're a nice person and you're not going to do that. So I think it's really important to proceed with caution here and make sure that you are, you know, not overstepping any boundaries, not making any bad decisions that could lead to a really messy situation. Okay. Handle this with finesse in group number 3. All right. Thank you for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's the easiest way to help the channel out. And of course, watch through the ads that pop up on this video. That helps me out as well. Comment down below. What did you think of this? Who is this person to you? I'm really curious, or these people. And what future pick a card readings would you like from me? Okay. Thank you guys. Bye.